Good morning. Today is October 3rd, and you're listening to the greatest love story taken from Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 3, where God said, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. On behalf of Carrie, Linda, my daughter Anna, and myself, I would like to take this moment and honor Mom as today would be her birthday. Please take a moment and invite those within your household to join us this morning. And as you're doing so, I'll be giving an update about upcoming programs. Next Sunday is going to be part 2 of today's program. And then the following week is going to be a program concerning John the Baptist. And then the next Sunday, Give Me That Old Time Religion. And so I hope that you'll be inviting others to join us, people of all ages, the young people, the people that might be a little bit older, and those of us that are even older. But I hope that you'll be inviting others to join us each and every Sunday. In Genesis, the 6th chapter, the scripture indicates, And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually, and it grieved the Lord that he had made man. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. Genesis chapter 6, verses 5 through 9. And then also, God begins talking to Noah. And at this point, please close your eyes and envision a walk that you're taking, and then you come upon the house of Noah. But you've been seeing the tall trees and the beautiful grass, and then you come to a little bit of a clearing, and you see Noah's home, and Noah is on the outside. God begins talking to Noah about the evilness that is within the earth, and that the corruption was great, violence was great, and there's such evil imaginations, and he is going to destroy the earth, but he wants Noah to build an ark to save himself, his wife, his children, and their wives. And so he gives him the instructions, how high it is, how long it is, how wide it is. And then also it is to be a 3-story ark. And then it is to have rooms, it is to have a window, and also a side door. And you hear that voice from heaven, from God, talking to Noah. And then you realize that Noah has a lot to digest. And so you go away for a few days, and then you come back and you see this large clearing, and you see that Noah is building that ark, and it's already beginning to take shape. And then you walk up to Noah and you talk to him, and he looks at you and he smiles, and you introduce yourself. And so in the conversation, Noah begins talking about the end of things as we know it, that there's going to come a judgment day in which God is going to destroy all flesh, and also those that refuse to accept his will. And so Noah perceives that you're righteous, that you love God, and then Noah looks at you and he asks you, what are you going to be doing for the next 100 years? And then you reply, I'm going to help you build this ark. And so then Noah, with a little bit of a sense of humor, said, well, if you will, take some of that pitch behind you and pitch in and help. Now, pitch was a tarry substance that was going to be used to insulate the ark, to keep water out, and to keep things safe. And so Noah asked you, if he builds the ark, if you will follow behind him with the pitch, and you indicate that you would be glad to do so. And so the two of you start out in what would take 100 years to build the ark. Now, by today's standard, a cubit is 1.5 feet long, but in Bible times it was a little bit longer. But even by the smallest measurements, it would have been over 510 feet long, over 50 feet tall, and over 75 feet wide. And when you think about it, that would have been 1.5 lengths of a football field. And so stop and think about the length of a football field for just a moment. And the ark was at least 1.5 length of a football field. And so the height and also the width, it is very huge. It was the largest ark that was to ever be built in the entire world, even to this day. And so we think about also the storage space that it would have, even at the smallest amount, it would have been 450 semi truck worth of capacity for storage. And also, as I indicated, it was the longest wooden ship that would ever be built. And then also, when you think about it, there were 3.1 million board feet, and it would have stretched from Williamstown, Pittsburgh, or rather Williamstown, Kentucky, all the way to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And so that is a lot of wood, and it took 100 years to build the ark. And during this time, people had an opportunity to come back to God and to give their heart and their soul to Him. But we noticed that it was Noah and his family, and then along with your help, that you're going to be saved on that ark. Now, next Sunday, we're going to go much more in depth about Noah and the ark, and we're going to have a mystery question today, and that is, what is it that in the instructions of God that He did not mention, but it is something that is essential? And two clues is going to be, one is that it is a requirement for any boat or any ship. And then also we can take the lesson to be learned and apply it to our own lives even today. And so I want you to ponder that mystery question. What is it in God's instructions that He left out? And it was deliberate on His part, but what is it that He did not mention? And then the clues are that it is something that is required of boats and ships, and it is also something that we can apply to our lives today. And so thank you for joining us today, and I hope that you'll be inviting others to tune in and listen. And as always, I want to thank Randall and Deborah for all their hard work, their diligence, their efforts, and they're so wonderful to work with. I love them just so much, and they love you, and I hope that you'll stay tuned not only today throughout the religious programming, but singing is who we are as a people. And I hope that you'll stay tuned in throughout the entire week to WACQ. And so until next Sunday, take care and God bless.